Hey everyone, this is demo of Calljmp platform. So where you can build AI agents, you use code as TypeScript right now. We host that, run that, and you can access observability, use tools, use RAG, query your data. And so we have a lot of things to show. So this is the main dashboard. On the right, I prepared my project, which I used to develop an agent, which we'll get to it. So there's just some information here, but regardless, we opened our demo project. So it already shows me that I have one data set, 2 agents, 1 portal. So let's just kind of go straight to data sets. I prepared a few jokes. I made a PDF, uploaded here, and we can ask about the jokes. I also prepared a portal, which is my joke teller agent. So if I open the portal, we can run an agent, and this is a user-friendly, shareable URL, which you can use to share, let's say, with some friends or other teammates or whatever, and they can access by email, and you can, of course, restrict access based on email or domain. So this one joke, it says, what's an AI agent dream job? Working on Calljmp. Okay, that's great. Moving forward, so let's kind of jump into agents. I have a few agents already here. I have a API key for OpenAI, but in this case, it's just to show it. I actually don't use it, but let me show you the code. So we're going to be working on the joke teller agent. So I already ran it a few times. We can see that we just ran once through the portal. It costs roughly 3 cents right now, mainly due to querying data set we provided. And here I can run the agent, or but first let's take a look at what it shows here. So I have some description here, which is reflected as well here. It tells a joke. This is the first phase, so you write phases to create effectively a durable execution of your agent flow. So if you suspend the phase, you can restart the agent, and that phase will be cached, so you don't do the same thing all over again. This is interesting. So we actually don't hardcode prompt here. You can, but in this case we have a Joker prompt, and if we go back on our portal in our prompts, we see there's a Joker prompt here. We see it's been used by this agent, and this is the actual prompt. So this is the MVP of our Prompt Studio offering, where you can effectively just develop your prompts. You can put some inputs, you can try them out. In this case, this is sentiment analyzer, which analyzes sentences. In this case, I like the movie, I do not like tacos. And it will have more features like evaluations and so on, including safety for inputs and outputs of entries of LLMs. Back to agents, we have here that prompt, right? Then we have hardcode for now, just tell me a joke, AI agent as a user input, and then we provide a tool. So in the system prompt, we told it to use a tool, and the tool uses LLM calls the tool and gives us a query here. For now, it's probably just AI agents or something else that we come up with. When this tool is called, we again use the workflow phase, and we call it find relevant jokes and scope it to queries. So every workflow phase is different from the caching perspective. And here we call our data sets. So once again, we have workflow, LLM, data sets, all coming from our runtime. Of course, you are free to use anything else or any other tools. It's just another JavaScript bundle, but we give you offering out of the box. You just plug it in and use it. It's all out of the box ready for you. In this case, we get query from our PDF. We get multiple pages or segments. So we score them. We get one of the pages, and one page there is basically a list of jokes. So in this case, I trim and find one of the jokes on one page, and then randomly choose one as a final result. I require tools to be called, maximum iterations because there's nothing else to do, and just roughly more strict temperature here because we have a joke specifically. We don't need to LLM come up with a joke. So if I go to observability, there is already quite stuff here happening. If I run our agent, which is already deployed, we can see real time it start running. If I open it, we see our workplaces working. So the first one was tell a joke, the second one was find a relevant joke, and then agent complete. So the agent starts, there is no input, then we actually asking finding relevant jokes, so it finds a joke explicitly and then it actually returns that joke as a result for LLM response. Obviously, if we run it again, just to show it again, so we have real-time execution, and it's a simple flow, straight line, tool invocation, LLM, back and forth, and the result. One more complicated use case, obviously, is the classic agent support. So we create one here for our dashboard. So this is the assistant that knows about Calljmp. I already asked one question before. As you can see, I asked 12 minutes ago, how do you create an agent? It tells me how to install CLI, all our SDKs, how to run the agent, which we just did, right? And so I say, okay, I have to link a data set to it. And so this is a little different because in this case, the agent actually alive, meaning that the instance in the cloud is there. You continue having conversations, the histories persist for your session in a sort of a short-term memory state. Obviously, if the session is over, which is roughly a couple hours of inactivity, the whole history is gone and the instance is destroyed, so you will get an empty session. This uses our web SDK. So let's say if I refresh, I have the button here, right? And it loads and pulls the history, as we can see here. And it talks about actually steps in our dashboard, where to go and connect data set to the agent and how to use it. So this is pretty much it. Of course, there is like usage statistics, so you can see what's been used, how it's going. And we have documentation for developers. So for developers and maybe for more security folks or technical people, it goes through installation, example of agent, security, and some ideas we have forward for implement integrations with SaaS, but also the things we're going to be bringing into platform. A lot of tools, as we've been speaking about. So there is memory, there is workflows, live events, which is basically our real-time solution where agent and your other side, like a client, like a web browser or backend, can talk to agent live in real time using WebSockets. And there are a few things like I just talked about the chat agent. There is actually a full example describing exactly what's going on. You can publish using live tool, like live events, anything that like creating more of a personalized experience. For example, when I was saying how to call agent, and we send a message, but then the first thing here, this is a live response that comes from agent's code. Agent decided that, hey, I want to publish this message, and our front end, our application, understand that message in real time and shows it one, and then just another message comes in. It's a final response. Yet the agent's still alive because, like I said, it's still same instance with isolation of a context, and of course there are a few ways to call agent to check on status and so on. There is more information, of course, in docs. As I said, we can find in docs calljmp.com. A lot of things happening, and that's pretty much it. Check it out. We have Discord, we have Twitter. You can find us out there for any help or support you need. Thank you.